like a pretty chill joint mobility warm up, and then I want to take it to the ankles because I just feel like our ankles can always use a little extra love. And we're going to do also a calf stretch with that, but that's down the road. For now, I just want you to come to a laying down position. Do you mind just tilting the screen like a tad? A tad. And we're just simply going to do some hip circles, knee circles, ankle circles before we take it up. So just keep the right knee in towards the chest. You're going to bring the hands around the knee. And we just start to circle around and just take it really slow as you begin to open up the hips and see how they're moving today. Keep going in the same direction. Okay, and then let's go the other way. One more circle around. We're going to bring the hands around the thigh and go through flexion and extension first. So just point your toes and we're going to extend the leg up. Take it nice and easy for the first one. And we're going to do 9 more. Maybe with each one, you try to get that leg as straight as possible. Okay, one more. You can kind of just rock the leg from side to side for a second. And then we'll keep pointing the toes. This time we're going to draw a circle from the knee down. So it's not just isolated on the ankle, but we are going to keep a hold of the thigh to keep it from moving too much. So it's just a big circle from the knee down. Good song. Who's ever playing that?
I know, I was going to mute you guys, and then I was like, I kind of like this song. Music in the background.
That could be a real song.
Could be our next real song. There we go.
All right, we're going to bring the heel to the hip and then just go in the opposite direction. Last circle around. Okay, you can kind of shake it out if you need to rock the leg side from side, and then we're just going to bring it to the ankles. You're going to point those toes again. You can keep the heel up, down, doesn't matter, but you're just going to draw a circle with your toes. And keep a slight curve to your foot. The more arch there is, or the more curving of the foot there is, the more the arch is going to be activated. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's go the opposite way. Sweet, last circle around. And then you can extend that leg out, and we'll do the same sequence on the other side. Hands around the knee, and just start to carve out that space in your hips. See how your joints are articulating that bone to bone connection, how the muscles around the joint are responding. One more circle around, and then we go in the opposite direction. Last circle around this way. Bring the hands around the thigh, point the toes, take it slow for the first one, extend, and then lower heel to hip. If you find that it's easy to get your legs straight, the closer you pull your thigh toward your torso, the more challenging it might be for your hamstring. And last one. You need to just take a little break, roll up the thigh for a second. Okay, or maybe I just do. Maybe that's why I say that. And we're gonna draw a big circle from the knee down. And the opposite way. Last time around. And then we just concentrate on the ankles so you can curl your toes, activate the arch of your foot, and start to carve out that circle. And do this with that conscious awareness so you can strengthen your mind-body connection.
Now we gotta mute him. There's
I know, I was like, you can mute it now, Lauren. Go the opposite way. Last circle around. Sweet, we're gonna bring both knees in towards the chest, right hand to the right knee, left hand to the left knee, and just start to draw figure 8, 5 in one direction. And then once you've completed 5 repetitions, go in the other direction. Last time around. And we're gonna roll up and meet and start to work with the ankles and the calves. So this is where we're gonna use our block and and we're gonna come up to standing and we're gonna do a 3-point calf and ankle stretch. So the first one that we'll do is just, I'll give you a side view too, Laura will give you the front view. I'm just gonna step with my right foot. Yeah, I saw it. Right foot onto the block, toes are pointing forwards, hips are square. Start to push my weight, try to keep the legs straight. And then back knee can be bent as much as you want. Can you start a clock for 90 seconds? And we're gonna do this, hold this one for 90 seconds. So we can be fairly passive about this in terms of just like letting that foot rest on the block, letting the calf, it's probably a little bit sensory rich, or you can actively dorsiflex, pull your toes towards your shin, and that's just gonna make it a little more effortful. So your choice, we have 90 seconds of this. I personally love this one because my calves are so tight all the time. Halfway there, she says. Perfect. Inflexible this week. We're definitely going to have a strong focus on like calves and hamstrings. So I'm excited for it. We're doing a lot of stuff that's similar to this particular movement, but with a little more oomph, even more oomph if that's possible. 10 more seconds. Okay, sweet. Okay, so how we change that, we're still gonna do the same foot. I just want you to internally rotate. So you're just gonna point your toes inwards, start really slow. So Lauren can, she can kind of show you, it's kind of hard to see, but basically all you do is just point your toes towards the midline. And then again, you're gonna just shift away, be mindful of your knees. And you might step forwards, and we're gonna hold this one for 90 seconds. And you stretch for 90 seconds. Thank you.
I started.
I always find like ankles can be such a limiting factor in our squat mobility, or in especially in like a pistol squat. Like it can definitely be a limiting factor there. So it's just really important to do all this work first. I was gonna say what happened to the music, but Lauren did mute you guys.
As soon as country came on, we just couldn't do it anymore. I'm sorry. About 30 seconds left. Last one, 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Cool, step off, shake it out if you need to for a second. We're gonna do one last 90-second hold on this foot, this time externally rotated. So we had toe straight, in, now we go out. And it's almost like you have the ball of your foot on the block. Being mindful of your knee again, setting up, feeling free to like play around with that. Try to get your hips extended, and maybe you hop the foot up. And then You might be relaxing on the block, if that is what feels good, or actively pulling those toes to your shin, although you don't have to do that for the whole 90 seconds. Yep. Very exciting news. We are putting in a kettlebell order tonight, which is also so exciting. Finally, kettlebells exist in the world again. Oh my goodness.
We're not sure how long they're gonna take to get, but we're hoping like if we're still doing our virtual offerings when we do get them, let us know. We'll probably be sending out an email like if you're interested in renting one to join in on during our kettlebell classes. Let us know because we only have a limited quantity and we want to be able to rent them out to the people that are going to show up for those classes. So we have about 10 seconds left here. Three, two, one.
Woo, shake it out. Calves be feeling good. Okay, we're gonna do that whole sequence on the other side. So you want to meditate during it or whatever you want to do.
Might as well. Sing to your music. Whoever had that on.
Yeah. Try to keep the legs straight, toes to shin. And breathe. Maybe you find that there's that one side. I know my right side of my body is like so tight that it's a completely different experience when I get on this side. How about you, Lauren?
I'm thinking my left is like really tight right now. Like I keep trying to like ease off, so I'm like, oh maybe that's like too much. But I'm the same like pressure as I was on my right side, so there we go. My left calf is a wee bit tight. Who knew that? Yeah, because I've sat on the computer cross-legged most of the day.
Yeah.
Gonna admit it. Trying to get the online store up and ready and launch. So very exciting. 30 seconds left.
So if you can, by that 30 seconds, you might be able to lean into it a little bit more. Go for it if that feels okay.
Or you might not. And
Yeah.
that's okay too. Awesome. 3, 2, 1.
Step off, give it a shake, and we go right into the internally rotated portion of this movement. You can keep that back knee bent, be nice to your knees, hop on the block.
Halfway. Awesome. 3, 2, 1.
Shake it out, and last exciting calf stretch. Turn the toes out.
That's the most exciting thing I've done all day.
I think it feels good, but
It does feel good.
it's not the most entertaining stretch, that's for sure.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be,
That's right. That's right. It is warm in this room today. Are you cold?
It's a little bit chilly. I think it's like perfect temp.
I am like very warm right now.
It's a room in my house that doesn't get much use, but now has turned into our little at-home studio because we all need one of those now.
Yeah.
So we got about 30 seconds left. The calves will be nice and flexy at the end.
It will be very supple.
Oh, mine are going in and out of like spasms, especially on this left one.
Ooh, is it?
A little bit. It like wants, like I like go deeper, and then I'm like, oh no, it's too much. Too much. All right, 3, 2, and 1.
Cool. Okay, now that the ankles are a little more flexible, I just want to do a little strengthening with them too. So it was as if we were to imagine that we had the yoga tuna ball between the heels of our feet. We're going to do 10
Why do you have them at home?
You could do this. All right, so we're gonna. Well, can I have one too? I'm like, you don't have to have it, but if you do, it is helpful. We're gonna lift up 10 times up, and then pressing down, and maybe each time you go a little bit higher.
If your block is squishy, you could even attach your block. Our heads are cut off today because we're doing a lot of foot action here. That's okay.
And try not to push the hips too far forwards. Straight up, straight down. Try to own it in the top position too.
This is one of my favorites.
Do not own that one. Okay, shake it out. Give yourself a pause for a second. We're just gonna do one more set of that, and if you wish to do 5, so you'll do a lift up, you can just do what we did there. Wow, that was a long way to say it. Or you can shift the weight into the right foot, let the left foot float up, and lower down with control on one foot, and then connect both feet to the ground. So you do 5 on each side of that as well. Totally pick your poison or medicine, sorry. We lift up, down, 10 of these. Yes, Denise, love how you were worrying about that. So we're doing either 10 heel raises again, or you can shift it to the single leg foot variation of that.
Single leg eccentric loading.
Thank you.
There we go.
Fancy way and caveman way. Switching sides if you're doing the single leg variation. Ooh. Good. And then just kind of walk around, maybe use your calves for a moment too. I know mine feel a little bit funny when I walk around. So you can kind of, just shake out your legs, walk around, and I'll let Lauren start to take over.